We've been AIing for about probably 14, 15 years. We started out just AIing our virgin heifers. At that point, we got along great with that, and we started increasing the numbers we AI'd, and now we AI not only the heifers, but also a pretty good percentage of our cow herd.
Program that we've been using for a number of years now and are very happy with is the GenX service. They provide excellent chute side service and help in the selection of the semen and in the selection of the our replacement bulls as well.
The breeding barn helped tremendously. As you can see, the heifers walk out, they're not stirred up. It's helped our conception rate by probably 10 to 15%.
Chute side service with GenX Cooperative Incorporated. That's next on The American Rancher. Hello, I'm Pam Minnick, and welcome to The American Rancher. This week, we're going to visit cattlemen in Missouri and Oregon who are using the chute side service provided by GenX Cooperative in their cattle operations. As many of you are aware, GenX is a leading company that specializes in providing cattle genetics and artificial insemination services to stockmen in both the beef and dairy industries. Today, we'll meet ranchers about central Missouri from the communities of Kabul and Vienna who are getting their females bred through GenX. Then we'll talk with stockmen from Oregon who know the value of chute side service as well. It's going to be a good program, and we're glad you joined us, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Superior Livestock and GenX Cooperative are teaming up for the first ever joint sale. Superior Livestock Auction will feature a special section of GenX influenced bred heifers this coming November 22nd. GenX sired and GenX AI bred heifers are eligible. GenX provides cattlemen with complete chute side service and the industry's most sought after genetics. Contact a GenX representative this spring to have your heifers AI bred and ready for auction.
Welcome back to The American Rancher. GenX is dedicated to providing high-quality semen, progressive genetics, and professional service. Their cooperative structure is well suited for handling the needs of ranchers in a very people-oriented manner. GenX maintains a current beef-bull lineup that matches up well with today's market needs. The philosophy of combining cow sense with science continues at GenX. They realize that breeding profitable cattle is more than putting high EPDs together in a pedigree. Longevity in cattle is an important component in profitability. Obviously, a herd needs to have genetics for performance and quality, but structural traits that influence longevity is where cow sense plays a part in the GenX program. John Barnhart ranches along the northern edge of the Ozarks, near Vienna, Missouri, and runs a commercial Angus herd of more than 800 cows. John has been using the GenX AI service for nearly 8 years and has made positive, sweeping changes to his operation during this time.
We started out just AIing our virgin heifers. We got along great with that, and we started increasing the numbers we AI'd, and now we AI not only the heifers, but also a pretty good percentage of our cow herd. AI has afforded us the option to increase a lot of very favorable traits in our herd. When we first started, we had some udder problems. We had some disposition problems in our cattle. AI has given us the opportunity to select sires that will virtually eliminate both of those problems. From a maternal standpoint, the maternal level of our females has increased tremendously. Probably one of the biggest areas that we've noticed a tremendous improvement in our cattle has been carcass quality. When we first started this a number of years ago, traditionally we'd bounce around about 15 to 20% CAB carcass acceptance on our cattle. The last group we got data back on, we had between 71 and 72% CAB and 96 to 97% choice and prime. So it's pretty evident that the AI program has not only increased the maternal ability of our herd, it's also done wonders for our carcass quality in the cattle.
Genetics is very much the key to remaining productive in the beef industry. At GenX, breeding profitable cattle is both an art and a science. GenX utilizes all the available data and technology to make the best selection decisions, which means evaluating dams' production records, structural correctness and feet, udders, fleshing ability, fertility, dispositions, service, and high-quality semen.
Many years ago, before we started our AI program, we would traditionally go to some of the top bull sales in this part of the country and try to buy some of their better bulls. We found that in spite of buying some of the top animals there, we still couldn't make the genetic improvement with respect to our udder, our quality, our disposition, that we can utilizing high accuracy sires. We have a kind of a policy, we use no sires less than 90% accurate, so there's absolutely no surprises at all. When we use these cattle, we can basically be guaranteed that we're going to make the necessary improvements that we're after.
Why GenX? It's people, first of all. At GenX, it's more than selling semen. It's about having a passion for beef from start to finish. Over 300 of the most highly trained and well-equipped reps in the U.S., along with a people-friendly cooperative structure, means the company remains very customer-focused.
I'm Stan Locke. I'm the Beef Large Herd Development Specialist with GenX, and I'm here today with Kirkman Farms. And on my right is Randy Kirkman and Scott and John Kirkman, and they're going to tell us a little bit about their operation here in South Central Missouri. So Randy, can you just give us a summary of your operation here?
Well, we've just got a Angus-based cow herd. We run around 1,500 cows usually. Try to keep 200-300 replacement heifers every year. We calve spring and fall, and we've been using GenX here to do all of our artificialing for the heifers in the spring and fall, and we've had real good results, and hopefully we continue to do that.
John, tell us a little bit about your sire selection and kind of what you look for with the sires we've been using.
Well, we like the proven genetics, no doubt. The final answer has worked real well in our herd. We've used some right answer and some other bulls on the various places, but they just work really well for us, and we enjoy the shoot side service. It's another tool, and it just simply works well for the heifer breeding programs.
Scott, tell us a little bit your thoughts on the shoot side service. How does that work on AI day for you to get that all prepared and make it run smoothly?
Oh, it's very simple. We used to do it the first year we tried it in the squeeze chute, and the breeding barn helped tremendously. As you can see, the heifers walk out, they're not stirred up. It's helped our conception rate by probably 10 to 15%.
Good. John, tell us a little bit about what I call stockpiling those genetics up front on the AI season, where you retain your replacement heifers, and then tell us a little bit about you marketing bred females.
Well, the AI adds value to them, no doubt, so we definitely want that. It's a selling point by all means, and we retain ownership of most all of them usually, but you got to have good Angus cattle. So you need to get the best there is, I think.
What about combining or shortening the labor required during calving season, Scott? Is that a big help?
You bet. When you have to get up through the night, we calve in February. We have a lot of bad weather here. And if you have to get up very many nights in a row, that shortened calving period, not to mention it makes such an even calf crop out of them. We calve, 2 weeks' time. Them calves are so close in size and weight. When they come to wean, the steers are worth a premium.
You bet. Well, we really appreciate, from the GenX standpoint, being able to work with a quality operation like the Kirkman Farms here in Missouri.
GenX has a lineup of calving ease genetics to be utilized in large heifer development operations where sleep all night calving ease is essential. In addition, these bulls have proven traits beyond calving ease, such as growth, maternal traits, and carcass merit. A few calving ease options at GenX include Final Answer, Bismarck, Cedar Ridge, Right Answer, Priority, Vance, Victor 719T, and Impressive. GenX can supply maternal genetics used to create replacement females in order to build a cow herd. These females will excel in structural correctness for feet and legs, fleshing ability, fertility, udder quality, disposition, and be replacements in your herd for years to come.
Many years ago, when we first entertained the thought of AI in our operation, we were pretty hesitant about it because, my idea was, boy, it's going to take a lot of time. The investment in time and labor is going to be tremendous. It's just something I didn't know whether I wanted to jump into. As history has proven, we were totally wrong in that respect. All we have to do is bring the cattle to them. At the end of that day, we have usually around 2/3 of that set of cattle pregnant the very first day of the season to a high accuracy bull that we can no way, shape, or form afford to own. These cattle are going to be worth a tremendous margin, not only as carcass cattle, but also as future replacements for our cow herd. The GenX program, it's just another day of working cattle, and the results are fantastic.
At GenX, it's more than just selling semen. It's about having a passion for beef from start to finish. GenX believes that breeding profitable cattle is both an art and a science. They utilize all available data and technology to make the best selection choices. When we return, we'll talk with more cattlemen that know the GenX chute side service. This is the American Rancher. Stay with us.
Superior Livestock and GenX Cooperative are teaming up for the first ever joint sale. Superior Livestock Auction will feature a special section of GenX influence bred heifers this coming November 22nd. GenX sired and GenX AI bred heifers are eligible. GenX provides cattlemen with complete chute side service and the industry's most sought after genetics. Contact a GenX representative this spring to have your heifers AI bred and ready for auction.
Welcome back to the American Rancher. GenX offers the industry's best chute side service and the very best genetic selection that will capture the target of an individual rancher's needs. Proven genetics for calving ease, carcass, and maternal traits are available to help you build your cow herd or put pounds in the weaning pen. Here's more on our story. GenX provides the industry's best chute side service, resulting in genetic improvements, consistent calf crop, and increased pounds at weaning. Producers can rely on GenX to get a high percent of cattle pregnant in a short period of time at the start of the breeding season. By working with GenX, producers can utilize the best genetics available in the industry. They can count on the representatives of GenX to take care of all the details in a professional manner.
Some of our customers, they require that we come in and do a complete AI service from start to finish. For instance, we might come in and put the seeders in, give all the shots, as well as finish it up with professional AI technicians. Some of our other customers, they might want to be involved a little more in the project and help. They might put the seeders in, give the shots, set them up, and then we bring the technicians out and just do the final breeding service.
We've been very pleased with the service that we've gotten from the GenX team. We're synchronizing different groups of heifers at different locations, and our rep Morgan has assembled an awesome group of people that we really trust. We try to be pretty hands-on with our synchronization ourselves to make sure that things are done the way that we feel they need to be done, but a lot of the times we just can't get everywhere, and Morgan and Clint and Andy have just been outstanding in being able to handle things when we're not there, and we totally trust everything that they do.
Quite a few customers that AI their first calf their heifers, and we like doing it because we get a superior product. We know they're going to calve easy, and we know we can market those calves. We try to follow up with cleanup bulls with the same genetics if we can. But the AI calf gives the rancher options, usually gives them about 50 pounds more on that AI calf, known calving ease, and if they want to keep that heifer calf for replacement heifers, they can do it.
And not every cow fits every ranch, but that's why you have selection, and GenX works very, very hard at having a bull battery that will fit any maternal program, and then will in turn go on and perform as stocker cattle or perform in the feedlot and then perform on the rail and every link in the chain, so to speak.
In early June 2012, Superior Livestock partnered with GenX to offer cattle producers a convenient combination of services. Superior is able to provide referrals for GenX chute-side AI services, and GenX can provide the referrals for buying and selling cattle.
Been in it 40 years, and I have what I call a passion for beef. I just love the genetics and helping the producers raise better cattle, and then through Superior we hope we can obtain a better market. That's why we think we've got a perfect marriage with Superior.
GenX providing quality genetics and Superior Livestock Auction, including value-added programs into their marketing efforts, is a win-win for both companies.
We looked at our herd and we decided that we wanted to, at a faster pace than normal, develop a better commercial cow herd than any of the other ones we saw in the local area, and for the state or the region that matter. And the only viable way to do it was through artificial insemination at a large scale and get it done quickly. The nice part about dealing with GenX compared to a lot of the other operators that we investigated is they have the expertise, they have the experience, they have the personnel. They help you define a program that's going to fit you, not a program that's going to fit them.
Cable Creek's been a very good customer for GenX over the last 4 years. One of the things that I think is most important is they realize that we're not here in a ram and jam and get out of here as quickly as possible mode. They see us as a competent chute-side service that's handling the cattle easy, and we're trying to get as much conception rate response as possible.
GenX has the kind of bulls that can build a cow herd. Bulls like Imprint, Chisholm, Density, Net Worth, Mr. Hereford, Kingpin, and Red Label. GenX AI sires offer added pounds and carcass merit to the table, adding value to high-selling offspring. Pounds are important. Carcass sires include Sierra Cut and Uproar. Phillips Land and Cattle operates ranches at Kabul and also near West Plains, Missouri. The Phillips cow herd numbers some 3,000 head, consisting of primarily Red Angus cattle. They view the GenX AI service as something that pays for itself through tightening the calving window.
We've been using AI for probably 10 years now. Primary reason for using AI is that it shortens our calving window, and we generally now shorten our breeding season to 45 days when we AI. We feel like we get the same percentage of our cattle bred. In terms of growth on the calves, you get about a 14-day earlier calving advantage by using AI than you would natural service if you use the synchronization methods. That in itself, if your calves are gaining a couple of pounds a day, it's pretty easy to understand that pays for the AI process.
For more information about GenX Cooperative chute-side service, stockmen may call 888-333-1783 or visit them on the web at crynet.com.
Our plan for the future is to continue with our GenX program. We're very, very pleased with that.
Since utilizing GenX's chute-side service, we've reduced the aggravation, the time, the work. In an AI program, you keep the cattle to them. It's something that, it's amazing how quickly and efficiently it can be done.
Thanks to GenX Cooperative Incorporated and the cattlemen in both Missouri and Oregon for helping bring you this program today. We hope you found it informative. To find out more about GenX, visit their website, crynet.com. That's CRINET.com. That's about all the time we have today. To find out more about us, visit our website, theamericanrancher.com, or look us up on Facebook. We'd love to hear from you. For the entire American Rancher team, I'm Pam Minnick. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.